Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And are you thinking of ways to improve your photography? Is there something that you think you can do to make your shots better? Today, we're going to explore two photography techniques that I use often, framing and repetitions. And we're going to see how using these techniques you can create photos that go from ordinary to extraordinary. So let's get started. Repetitions and framing are like the secret sauce of composition and photography. They draw your viewer's eye and they add depth to the image and make your photos a lot more interesting. So let's start off with repetitions. Repetitions and patterns are all around us. They create a sense of rhythm and harmony in a photo. Check out the wall behind me. The repeating Singapore flags make for a visually striking background. Now let's take a shot. Now here's a tip on how to emphasize patterns and repetitions. You should always try to fill the frame with them to emphasize the repetition. Don't be afraid to get close and let the pattern dominate the composition. This gives the feeling that the patterns go on for infinity. If you allow the composition to be cut off by the edge of the building, the effect is lost. One more interesting thing you can do with repetitions is to break the repetition with something unexpected. The broken pattern can be a subject of interest as well. The next technique that I want to talk about is framing. So framing is a photography composition technique where you use elements within the image itself to draw attention to your main subject. It can be used to add layers to the image and add depth and create much more visual interest on what you are trying to convey to your viewer. Take a look at this outdoor wedding photo. I positioned the couple here so that the trees form a frame around them together with the grass in the foreground. The same goes for this taxi in Japan, framed with the blue lights with the help of a reflection. The pink flowers here form a frame around Marina Bay Sands, and it serves as an emphasis on what I want my viewer to focus on. See how the frame adds context and focus to the subject? It's a simple trick, but incredibly effective. Alright, so now let's go back to the Singapore flags and combine these two photography techniques for an even more dynamic shot. I'm going to find a spot where we can use both elements together. You can see here that I'm using the building's railing to find a composition that looks interesting, and I also noticed that there's this little circular drain holes at the bottom. I have with me here the Laowa 10mm f2.8 lens, the world's widest rectilinear lens, and placing it through the little drain hole I can come up with some pretty interesting compositions. Using the ultra wide angle lens, I can use the circular hole as a framing element around the repeated patterns of the Singapore flags. With the sun almost directly overhead, the composition gets even more interesting. Check this out, the pattern and the framing work together to create a balanced and intriguing photo. Remember, photography is all about experimenting and finding out what works best for your vision. And just in case you're curious, this is what it looks like when you use a longer focal length to shoot through the hole. There's actually a lot of seemingly mundane objects that you can use around you to create mind-blowing photographic compositions. It's all about learning to see the frames and patterns around you. Alright, that's a wrap for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed learning about repetitions and framings, and hopefully it's something that you can use in your photography in the future, especially combining these two elements together to create a much more interesting photo. So if you learned something today, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.